Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian.
Hi, everybody.
We are back to talk the Traitors Series 2, Traitors UK. Episode 11, penultimate episode here of the season, Brian. And again, I have to say, the Traitors are just playing a great game. It is
Mhm.
the thing that I leave this episode thinking about. Andrew was more in the crosshairs this week as far as the traders. Really came down to him and Jasmine throughout the roundtable and kind of throughout the episode. We'll kind of go through that. But I do want to lead the episode quickly with who was murdered at the top of the episode, and that was Zach. I think it was a smart move to get him done before the finale. He was a very vocal player. I think you get people to agree with him, and I think it was time for them to just kind of snuff out that voice. So I think they made a good move.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, as a viewer, it's fun to see these people kind of push the triggers to the limit, but it was the right move, I think, for them.
It worked out smoothly. They went into a challenge that was kind of one of those classic towards the end of a game challenge. Hey, who got taken out in order? Those type of
Mhm.
questions. They did well with that. Relatively uneventful, frankly. No shields up for grabs, but also no murders. So it's just going to be the round table vote. So it really comes down to if people have sussed the right people out. And unfortunately, we've seen on series two, the only people they've been able to suss out are the recently recruited and our ginger friend, Paul, right?
Yeah, yeah, right. They got Ash.
Yeah. Oh, well,
That's because that felt like years ago, but
it
yeah,
feels like the
that
light
very
years ago that that
much.
happened. But no, you're right. But recently, they haven't had great
Yeah.
luck. Obviously, with Harry, we saw Ross as a sacrifice as the last elimination before this. But yeah, I think him and Andrew going in are in really good shape going into the finale. Uh, Mainly for this, Brian, I'm just kind of wondering, like, do you think there's any chance the faithful wins?
I mean, I don't know. Just the way just Harry pulling out the sword today, it just seems like we're convinced that the traders are gonna win, but I can never rule it out because if they like Harry could get cocky and try to get rid of Andrew. You know how like kind of Sari did it on US where she got rid of Ari,
Yeah.
and you just never know. I'm when is it going to be? When is he going to step over the line just a little too much? I know
Well,
it's
they're
only
out of
one
time with
episode.
that right a
I know.
finale, so he doesn't really have any other time really to step on it. I mean, even if you look at the votes today, the only people that got votes were Andrew, Jasmine, and Evie got a vote from Jasmine, but Jasmine's gone. So
Yeah,
it's they really are like at step one in a lot of ways.
right. Unless Jazz like rallies the troops, and he's the only hope. He's the help me, Jazz. You're my only hope. Is the only way
Well,
to win.
Evie's been starting to question things and question the reactions, and that's why she was kind of on Andrew as well, obviously. Or I mean Molly. Molly was on Andrew. She was like,
Mhm.
I don't know, like it just seems like the reaction that Ross had was a little almost too real. So it just unfortunately for them, they don't have a lot of time to
Yeah.
tug at that string. I don't know if the finale is a double episode or something like that. I have no idea, frankly, but we're gonna find out tomorrow, 4 p.m. our time on the East Coast. Like we're gonna know pretty
Yeah.
quickly. Like we'll know. I think Harry's in great shape. He's just never been voted for. I have a hard time thinking they're just gonna start voting for him in the final
Yeah.
vote.
Unless something changes in the first like 10 minutes. Like he's like the golden boy.
Yeah, he's played a great game. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't snuff him for it. I just like I said, I'm curious, and I don't think that from what we've seen of this show, they're not going to throw some crazy different curveball in there at the very end. It's been pretty like formulaic as far as like they don't like
Mhm.
repetitive in good ways and stuff, but it does have its pattern. So
Right. No, I agree with that. Yeah, we'll see. I've definitely enjoyed it. I think I actually like really love this 3 day a week like format. I think a lot better. Now that we're getting to the end of it, like I like that we don't need to wait a week. Like I really like
I
this.
saw they said that the day of the finale, so tomorrow, Traitors Australia premieres. And I think though from how I read this one article, it may be like a full season drop like at once. So I have to look. That would be something we could deal with and then like do like later in the week. But I saw something
Yeah.
saying the like all nine were gonna get dropped on the app or something. So
Oh,
we'll
oh,
see.
they're doing a bulk.
It's possible. We'll see tomorrow once the first episode releases, like what happens. So, never seen Australia. I'm sure it's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying to think how the Australian player when I was watching Love Island Australia. I wonder if it's on the
they were
same.
talking about it being on iPlayer because it was saying like BBC. It was going to be on
Oh,
BBC.
really? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so I think it should be on what
So
we watch on
1.5
Sunday.
speed, man. That's probably one of the main reasons I like this more than US is I love that 1.5 speed.
It is very useful, and they're very slow talkers, and there's a lot of
Yep.
pace to it, so it does help.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I'm looking forward for the finale tomorrow. Kyle will be here tomorrow,
Yeah,
so it'll be nice to have the crew back for the finale.
sure.
Make sure you like and subscribe. We are covering Traitors US as well. That'll be the next video we have out after this one. Myself, Brian, Brett doing that review. So like I said, we're covering every episode of that, covering all Netflix reality shows. We just did a bunch of interviews for The Trust, A Game of Greed. We did all the episode reviews for that show as well. We have stuff like Vanderpump coming back next week. We just finished up what did we just fin- else did we just fin- oh we just finished up Southern Charm. We are still working on what else do we still have going on right now?
Bachelor.
Bachelor just started.
Yep. I'm doing Love and Hip Hops.
Love it, hip hops.
Bill and I are looking at Ready to Love,
Ready to Love. We'll
which is
have
actually surprisingly pretty good.
over this weekend. We'll have a
Yeah,
Ready to Love review. So yeah, I mean, really good. Follow us on TikTok as well. We are growing there, and we could use the support. But for myself, Brian, everyone here at the Reality Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, peace.